So let's say you came to me and you're like, George, I have 90 days before my vacation, wedding, summer, my trip, whatever it is. I want to look as different as naturally possible. What should I do? So let's get a couple things straight. You're probably not going to build the body you want in 90 days, but can you make a dramatic difference? Absolutely. Well, depending on where you start from, it's really hard for me to gauge. Like, let's say let's use me as an example. Before I started working out, I was 290, and 3 months is 90 days. That's 12 weeks. If I knew now how much pounds do I think I could lose? I should probably 24 pounds, but considering life and stuff, let's just say 20 pounds. So imagine going from 290 to 270 in 3 months. That's pretty good. Like most people won't do that, but it won't be easy. I will say that because the calorie deficit would probably either be like 1,000 to like maybe more or surplus. Let's say you're underweight. Let's use another version of me where I was 140 and I told myself I want to become 175. Me personally, I don't think this is a hot take. I think bulking's a lot easier than cutting. Granted, that's if you're dirty bulking. Clean bulking might be a little harder because you have to like make sure you're eating a certain amount of food and make sure it's like it fits your calories in a sense. But nonetheless, so I'd probably tell you you either got to focus on a calorie deficit or calorie surplus, protein consistency, limit your liquid calories, and you should probably meal prep or have like the same 12 to 15 foods that you like to eat. Like a perfect example, one thing I've really realized, like in my years of training, is like sauces, liquid calories, like all these small little things really make a difference on how like much weight we could potentially lose. Now, training, this is probably the second most important thing I'll talk about. It doesn't really matter what you do as long as you do it consistently enough. Like one thing I tell people, it doesn't matter what split you do. It just matters on like what you want to achieve in this split. Whether that's bigger arms, bigger legs, bigger quads, it doesn't matter. You just have to do something consistently enough in order to achieve progress. You shouldn't be switching programs every month or every like 6 months. You should be switching like on a consistent basis. Next thing I'll probably mention is cardio. I don't care what type of cardio you do, just do cardio that you know you can stick to. Like for me personally, I enjoy doing the treadmill because I can put something on YouTube or watch something on Netflix and just walk endlessly. I can do the Stairmaster. I don't really enjoy it, but sometimes life is about doing things you don't really want to do, which is why I do it. I also like jump roping. Fun fact about me: one of the first ways I was working out or trying to get healthy was to jump rope. And I don't do it as much as I used to, but it was like I want to say 3 years ago, I was really good at jump roping. Probably something I should implement more into my routine. But yeah, jump roping. Basically, just find something you enjoy doing and stick to it long term. The third thing I'll probably talk about is probably your recovery. Make sure you're getting 6 to 7 hours of sleep. Ideally 8, but we live in a busy world, so if you get 6 to 7, that's not bad. Stress is, we're gonna be stressed out just because of how like life is and how expensive it is to live. And hydration. Those are probably three. Like if you take anything from this video rather, make sure it's that. Um, I'm not gonna say you should track your calories because I know some people don't like to do that, but just try to have a mental note of what you're eating and how much it potentially might be. Pictures as well, like you want to take progress pictures, whether it's in the mirror, the camera, doesn't matter how you do. You want to also measure yourself. Like I know for me, when I first started working out, my waist was 40. My waist now is 32. So it's not impossible, but it definitely is a good way to gauge of like how you can like lose fat in a sense. I also like the scale, but the scale shouldn't be the only way you check of how much weight you're losing. There's also other ways of like checking. Now, the mindset. Don't chase consistency. No, I said that horribly. Don't chase perfection. Chase consistency. Meaning that like obviously you're gonna have days where you feel like, oh, I don't really want to go. But one thing I try to tell myself is that like keep in mind of the goal you have in mind. Like if one thing I could tell my former self before I started working out is that if this is something you actually want to do, it's not going to be easy. Because if it was easy, we would see everybody walking around with a six pack or abs or such and such. Just try to be, just essentially try to be. I don't want to be cliche, but try to be better than what you were yesterday, and that way, like things really do compound. Like I know it sounds generic when people be like things compound, but things actually do compound. Like if you do something for long enough time, at a certain point you won't even think about it. So that's essentially what I would tell someone if they only had 90 days to really change their body. I can't guarantee you'll get your dream body, but I can promise you'll be a lot closer if you spent 90 days doing the things I mentioned than rather trying to look for shortcuts. Like I'm not gonna suggest any. Just there's shortcuts that exist. Hope this helps.